We're new to the whole like being on camera thing.
Today on Shelfies, the guys take a back seat to feature local brewers planning to open fall 2017. Next week, Monument City brothers Ken and Matt are back on set with a fancy new summer drink. But first, we're delivering cherries with Judy Neff of Checkerspot Brewing Company.
Welcome, Shelfies fans. This is Judy, Rob, and Steve from Checkerspot Brewing, and we're here being hosted at Milk House Brewing. So we'll tell you a little bit about Checkerspot Brewing Company, which is we're opening up later this year. Going to be a 15-barrel brewery over in South Baltimore, close to the Raven Stadium on the east side. Rob and I are married, and we've known Steve for at least 8 years. Steve started the cask program at Heavy Seas. He introduced us to cask beer, and now we can make sort of, instead of two small breweries, one sort of better brewery altogether.
What do you like about cherries?
Oh, sour cherries are awesome for beer.
My name is Steve Marsh. I'm one of the partners here with Judy and Rob at Checkerspot Brewing. I worked with Heavy Seas for about 8 years.
We went up and picked these cherries, sour cherries from Bulger's farm this morning. They were pitted early this morning. And these are 200 pounds of sour cherries going into a beer that Flying Dog is going to make.
I actually came and worked here in Milk House at Still Point Farm with Tom Barris, and we sourced some of the first hops, locally grown hops, went into some of the first beer made by both Loose Cannon with local hops in and here at Milk House Farm. We've known each other a long time, but the sort of getting together and the ideas, and when we first got together and Judy said, we'd like to call this company Checkerspot. And I was like, wow, the state butterfly.
We have the space, we have the equipment, we have all the plans. We're just sort of waiting to start swinging hammers.
We've brewed a whole bunch of small batches. We've done some collaborations with Flying Dog. We put 150 pounds of Paw Paws in a beer with Flying Dog. We all know where we want to go, and we all have the same ideas of how to get there. This is Abby Casarella from Milk House Brewery. I've known Abby for probably 6-7 years. She is, if you have any questions about the farm, anything going on the farm, Abby usually knows. If you can't find Tom.
Yeah, there you go. If Tom's not here, I'm the one to ask.
So we brought some sour cherries from Bulger's farm, and you guys are gonna be putting them, what are you gonna do with the sour cherries?
Well, we're actually starting a new barrel program, so we are getting some locally sourced wine barrels, and our plan for your cherries is to put those in one of those barrels and age them. So we're not quite sure what we're gonna do with them or what beer.
Sounds exciting,
but
yeah.
It's gonna be good regardless. We know it's gonna be good.
Hey everybody in the Shelfies world, my name's Rob with Checkerspot. I've always been a craft beer guy. I never really drank anything else from the early days of starting, and just really interested in the process of making beer and all the different flavors, and haven't really met a beer I don't like yet.
Super excited to be working with these local tart cherries. What we're going to do is the beer is actually right here, so it's in a 30-barrel conical fermenter. It's a sort of it's going to be hopefully a very delicious tart cherry beer done with their house mix culture with a bunch of different Brettanomyces strains. So we'll ferment out here in a week. Then we're going to rack over to this foeder right here. Fill this thing up, put in all the 300 pounds of cherries in there, and then hopefully a couple months later, we're gonna have a beautiful beverage to share with some of you all out there. So come and visit us here. It's 920 Girard Street Northeast in beautiful Washington, D.C.
I'm excited to start this venture and looking forward to opening probably November at this point. And we're gonna make some great beers, have a good time, be involved with the community, and keep working with all the other brewers in the state. And it's going to be great, so can't wait to see everyone down there.
Well, we're going to do a collab with Oliver's, and it's going to go in our kettle sour.
Nice.
They're going to do one here. We're going to do one there.
Shelfies fans, thanks for joining us, dropping off these cherries to all these different breweries out around Western Maryland. You're just going to have to stay tuned and see what all different beers they brew with these sour cherries.